Over the past 125 years, corporate and political scandals have fractured the country, testing Americans' confidence in the economy and government. In August 1920, businessman Charles Ponzi lured investors with the promise of impossibly large returns in a scheme involving postal reply coupons. The WSJ reported, post office authorities say no such business as Ponzi claims to have been doing could have been conducted anywhere in the world. The collapse of the Ponzi fraud cost investors around $237 million in today's dollars, and gave the world the name by which all such schemes would come to be known. Politics bred a different kind of fraud in the 1970s. The Watergate scandal ultimately brought down an American president for trying to cover up his administration's involvement in abuses of power.
I shall resign the presidency effective at noon tomorrow.
President Richard Nixon's 1974 resignation culminated 2 years of increasingly desperate efforts to put the Watergate affair to rest, reported the WSJ. Nearly 25 years later, another White House scandal threatened to bring down another president.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
In January 1998, President Bill Clinton denied an extramarital affair with then-intern Monica Lewinsky. But he later admitted to an improper physical relationship after the existence of forensic evidence came to light. Impeached by the House of Representatives on charges of perjury and obstruction of justice, President Clinton was acquitted by the Senate, which failed to get the two-thirds majority necessary to remove him from office. A few years later, another high-profile act of deception rocked corporate America.
On the day I left, on August 14th, 2001, I believe the company was in strong financial condition.
Former Enron CEO Jeff Skilling, seen here, and more than a dozen others were convicted of lying to investors about the energy company's financial health. To keep its stock price high, the company set up business partnerships where it could bury its losses or hatch fake profits. Such revelations led to the collapse of Enron's lofty stock price into penny stock realm, reported the WSJ. The scandal upended much of the U.S. energy trading business for years. Several years later, another financially catastrophic corporate cover-up came to light.
They cut us off at our knees.
Victims of Bernie Madoff's multi-billion-dollar Ponzi scheme were featured in this WSJ documentary. The former NASDAQ chairman was turned into the authorities by his sons and was arrested on December 11, 2008. He ultimately pled guilty to 11 federal crimes and bilked investors out of a reported $17 billion. The impact reverberates today, as Madoff serves out a 150-year sentence for fraud, and investors demand compensation from banks they charge failed to police his crimes.